Hi, I'm Rusty Cottrell, physical therapist. Ever since I was 15, I wanted to be healthy and live a very long time.
And I'm Debbie Cottrell, registered dietitian specializing in functional medicine, also very interested in longevity. How would you like to have a nighttime repair crew specialized in working on your cells? Today we want to talk about some of those little nighttime repair crews. We call them sirtuins. What are sirtuins?
Well, they're a family of enzymes that regulate cellular health and longevity.
So they act as the repair crew, but they're kind of activated when they're under stress.
So you have a stress, like a muscle event, and then at night your body goes in and starts repairing it. But that's not all. There's many other things. Fasting, exercise. We talked about nutrient scarcity is a stress, and your body goes, oh, I better start doing some repair.
Okay, and then that repairing actually helps to maintain the DNA integrity and also controls metabolism as well as reducing inflammation.
Many people talk about fasting, or they talk about intermittent fasting. The reason why they're doing that is to get more sirtuin activity.
Okay, so we can think of sirtuins as those little repair longevity switches that go off in your cells. That's kind of a cellular self-repair mode.
Exactly, like resetting your phone. Like when your phone doesn't work properly, you turn it off, turn it back on again. It's kind of a reset.
So how do sirtuins help us to age better?
Well, essentially, DNA repair. If the DNA begins to degenerate, then you're going to be losing information. So DNA repair would mean maintaining the DNA integrity. So genomic stability, by fixing daily damage, then you're essentially keeping the integrity of the DNA.
Okay, that makes sense. And then as far as regulating metabolism, it kind of keeps it functioning the way it's supposed to and helps the energy to be efficient, an efficient use of energy.
Right, and then essentially it helps reduce chronic inflammation and slows cellular senescence.
So that's a big word. Tell us what senescence is. It's kind of a fancy word for?
Cell death.
Cell death. But it's a good cell death. It's not a bad cell death. It's a necessary process.
Well, without that, the cell becomes cancerous and keeps multiplying itself because it's
in a damaged state.
In a damaged state. So
right.
Actually having cell death happen at the right time is actually apoptosis.
Another name for it.
Is a good thing.
Yeah, very important to get out the old so that the new can function, help the body to function properly.
Many people talk about telomeres. You may have heard about telomeres. Tell us more about how sirtuins help.
So the sirtuins actually help to protect the telomeres and extend healthy cellular lifespan. So someone may say, what's a telomere? Telomeres are like the little plastic piece of the shoelace that helps to protect the shoelace from fraying. And when the telomere is at the end of the DNA strand, it actually helps the DNA not to fray. When it starts to fray, it's damaged, it doesn't function properly, and it actually triggers the process of senescence or autophagy, that natural healthy cell death. So the telomeres are super important. They can become shorter and shorter and shorter with age and with damage. So having the sirtuins protect those telomeres is very important.
So if you're like me, you're interested in the science of staying young. And so essentially, everyone has sirtuins, but you have sirtuins that are active, and sometimes your sirtuins are inactive. So when they're active, you're getting DNA repairing faster, you're getting mitochondria making clean energy instead of making too many free radicals, and you're getting a calming down of inflammation and stress.
Which is super important because on the flip side, when the sirtuins aren't working properly, they're inactive, then you have an accelerated aging.
Oh, let's do that, right?
No. And chronic diseases increase. So definitely you want those sirtuins to stay healthy and working properly. So keeping the sirtuins healthy, active functioning properly, there's kind of an activation code we kind of like to talk about, and it's healthy lifestyle habits. So lifestyle really strongly affects your sirtuin activation.
There are foods that activate sirtuins: blueberries, kale, green tea, olive oil, turmeric, red grapes.
Just to name a few, yeah. And then also exercise can actually help that activation, as well as intermittent fasting. Both of those help to stimulate the sirtuin pathways.
Good sleep supports sirtuin activity and brain repair cycles.
Because remember, those sirtuins actually are functioning while you're sleeping. That's that nighttime repair crew.
Many people are doing cold exposure. I love cold exposure. I love going when I go snowboarding, and we're staying at some place that has a pool and a jacuzzi. I go between that cold freezing pool and the jacuzzi back and forth. That's pretty awesome.
And another way to do it is just on a daily basis. After a hot shower, you can end with cold. And even when you've got an illness going on, you can alternate back and forth between hot and cold, and that boosts the immunity as well. So keeping those sirtuins active with that hot and cold.
Even sunlight
helpful.
activates mitochondrial sirtuins.
That's important as well. So being outside in the sunlight on a daily basis has a lot of different healthful benefits, but the sirtuins is one of them.
Debbie and I actually take an activator that turns on sirtuin activity 100% 24 hours. So if you're interested, click on this link.
So the key habits that help to boost sirtuins are eating plants that are rich in antioxidants, berries, greens, turmeric, practicing time-restricted eating.
That's what we do.
Fasting.
We spend several hours in between. Not just every 4 hours. We spend almost 6 hours, 7 hours sometimes between our first meal and second meal of the day.
So we talked about sleep in another talk, but it's super important that you eat most of your food earlier in the day. And the reason for that is it gives your body time to rest from the digestion process at night. And when it's resting at night, that sirtuin work can, really go off much better than if you're trying to digest the food and it has to put other cellular necessities on hold. So eating like we do, we eat a really solid breakfast.
Good protein.
5 or 6 hours later, we eat a good solid lunch. Sometimes we call it lupper. As it's later than lunch, but not quite supper. And then from that point until the next morning, we have that time restriction of eating. So we're not snacking in between meals as well. And that comes from eating healthy foods.
Yeah. And also, from a physical therapist point of view, move daily. Build strength, cardio as well. But muscle strength is super important.
And again, as we mentioned before, prioritizing sleep, because it's very helpful for stress management and for that sirtuin repair activity.
And you want to minimize the ultra-processed foods and excess animal protein.
Because doing both of those things actually will help the sirtuins to work better as well.
Right.
So just to remember, your cells are listening, so give them good news. You don't need a lab coat or a time machine to slow down aging. Just a fork in healthy food, sneakers, and bedtime.
Every bite, step, and laugh is an epigenetic message to thrive.
And remember, sirtuins are not a magic pill, just one of several longevity pathways.
Human evidence is promising but still evolving.
So in other words, they're still working on doing some tests, because it's much easier to do tests in a little petri dish than it is to do in a human body, because there's so many factors that come into play, whether it's genetics, whether it's other lifestyle habits. So testing those can be a little more challenging. So it's coming, because we're learning more and more about sirtuins all the time.
Essentially, it's a synergy of habits: diet, movement, sleep, mindset. Those things matter the most so far.
Yeah, so focus on lifestyle, not supplements alone. So just to recap, sirtuins are your body's night shift repair crew.
You can activate them naturally through daily synergistic habits.
So start small. Maybe add one plant-rich meal, maybe add one exercise session.
You didn't say do one, you said add one.
Add one, that's right.
Keep your cells in repair mode and age gracefully.
So important. And activate your longevity blueprint. Those small choices make a big genetic difference.
Very small, big results.
That's right. And we hope this was helpful for you. If you found value in this and you know someone who needs to know about this so that they can have that healthy longevity as well, then do pass this on, share it, hit the like button, and feel free to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss future episodes.
We want you to thrive.
Absolutely. And until next time, aloha.